I often tell people, please do not ask me to build you a house. I don't want to build you a house. I want to build 10. So if you want to partner together and do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 houses, great. I'd love to do it. Not saying we won't build a singular house, but at the end of the day, building those lasting relationships, building companies that people continue to grow into, I think that's what the future is going to look like.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil, and today I'm joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Hunter Young, who's been making serious moves in the renovation space. Hunter, glad to have you here with us today. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching custom renovations. So let's dive into all of that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Sure. So first off, for people who may not be familiar with you and your world, can you give us the short version of what your main focus is these days?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm in the commercial and residential construction space. We do affordable ground up builds. We do different renovations ranging from upfits from older properties, high end upfits, and then we also renovate and build ground up construction for music studios as well.
Nice. And what markets do you operate in?
We are mostly in North Carolina. I'm actually qualified to be in 13 states plus the Virgin Islands, but right now we're focusing on Eastern and Central North Carolina. We'll be moving into Western North Carolina here pretty soon.
Amazing. Yeah, can you share a little bit about what your custom renovations look like and yeah, just expand on your business?
Certainly. So when we're in the renovation space, we always try and look at the end product that somebody wants and then work backwards from there. And like anything else, people are unaware of what they're unaware of. And we find that taking our experience, our expertise, and folding that into what our clients are trying to achieve in their spaces, whether it be a residential space, a commercial space that they're operating a business out of, we like to try and work with our clients, with our subcontractors, and get to an end product that really serves the needs of the customer. And sometimes people come in with great ideas that are going to really fit what they're trying to do. And other times we're able to provide a lot of additional information that can guide them in a direction that makes their space more usable and also increases the longevity of it. And so some of what we've done on that side of things is a lot of aging in place, doing things with people who may want to retire into a home or build a small accessory structure that they can utilize for family members. So there's a lot that goes into it, but we try and make sure that we're always keeping our clients' needs in mind.
Amazing. So what has been like the key to keeping that business running smoothly?
I think that finding the right people is always important. One of the things that we've struggled with recently is labor shortages in the area, but we're actually shifting more towards training individuals and creating that wealth of knowledge and experience that we can pull from as well, which helps everybody else out. It aids with our subcontractors and building their reputation, their skill sets, and also allows us to pull from that pool of labor when we need to. But yeah, it's sorry, I lost my train of thought. But
Right.
the if you could cue me one more time.
Yeah, we were just talking about like what's been keeping your business running smoothly, and you were sharing like the people
Oh,
and
right. And so having access to just skilled labor and people who are interested in this type of thing has been extremely helpful. And then really a lot of it is just making sure you're open to the opportunities in the market. When I started this company 3 years ago, I had a lot of experience. I've been in the industry for over a decade, but knowing the direction that you want to go and being open to the different ways that that may present itself has always been extremely helpful for me. And so we actually found ourselves rather in the commercial music space.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Almost by accident, just by doing lots of quality work and having lots of good recommendations and referrals from um, past customers and just people that we knew. And so by keeping the quality of work that we have high and being open to opportunities, it opened tons and tons of doors for us.
that's cool. Yeah, I'm curious about like the music space. What does that look like?
So we do all sorts of different studios. We work with GAT3 in Charlotte, North Carolina primarily, and we've done some private studios and some other lesser known studios. But we do two different styles of studios. So we do our large recording rooms, and then we also work in the Dolby Atmos space. And so if you're familiar with Dolby Atmos, that is a 3D spatial audio that's becoming a lot more popular. Apple just earmarked, I believe it was like $3 billion for re-recording old albums. And that's the three-dimensional audio that can be enjoyed on even just stereo headphones as long as they're newer and have the processing chips that are compatible with it. But it's more of a top-down approach than bottom-up, so you don't need all this expensive hardware, and it really increases the fidelity of the music and the user experience. But I can get into the construction of that a little bit more if you'd like, but that's
Yeah,
mainly the area that we focus
absolutely.
on.
You can
So yeah,
expand on that.
for sure. So when we're building music studios, it's it's an interesting undertaking whenever we begin a new studio because we often joke that every single requirement for an audio studio, a video studio, are a little bit self-contradictory. So everything needs to have lots of mass in order to stop that sound transmitting through other areas, but you also want to decouple and disconnect things as much as possible so you're not getting vibrations into other spaces. And everything has to be dense but weightless and connected but disconnected. And we deaden all of the walls so that we can prevent reflections in the room, but you also don't want it to sound like you're in a black hole. So it's a very fine balance between controlling audio and promoting enough liveliness in a room in order to make it sound natural. And then when you get into the 3D spatial audio space, that's a whole nother animal. In a traditional stereo room, you have anywhere from really you have your left and right channels, your left and right audio channels, but you might have a bank of left and right audio speakers. So you might have 2 to 3 speakers per side at most, not counting subwoofers and other things. When you get into the Atmos studios, the one that we built for GAT3 that partnered with PMC and some other people in Charlotte, North Carolina, that room is approximately, I'd have to go back and look at drawings, 15 by 20, maybe 18 by 25, and there are 79 speakers pointed directly at your head. So the amount of balance that goes into that equation to try to make sure that you are not underpowering, not overpowering, and also keeping your delays acoustically down to a minimum can get pretty involved.
Wow, that's fascinating. Yeah, very cool. So, what are you like most focused on solving or scaling next?
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
As far as what we're focused on scaling next, while I love the custom music space and we want to keep moving forward in that, there's only so many music studios to build in the world. So while we continue moving in that direction with one part of the company, the thing I'm most focused on and passionate about is going to be affordable housing. Everyone's aware of the fact that we have a housing shortage in this country and that there are lots of large conglomerates buying up houses either for resale or for rent. And what we're focused on is multiple different projects and processes to try and get millennials and younger millennials especially, as well as the upcoming generations into home ownership. And so we're doing that through a variety of different programs, or working on building affordable quality homes that are also going to last into the future, or working on more affordable and quality multifamily, and then some different projects that allow people to get into more affordable homes, build equity, and then be able to either add on to their existing property or build additional living structures with the equity that they create themselves rather than starting with a larger loan from a bank. And we think that keeping more money in the homeowner's pocket and allowing them to grow into the future is going to be a lot better of an option for many people. And you're going to spend less money with lenders in the process.
Amazing. Yeah, that's so valuable. Are you planning to just do that like within your area, or what does like that expansion look like?
Yeah, so we're definitely focusing on Eastern North Carolina, Charlotte and Raleigh markets, and then we want to move into Asheville. Once we have that really fine-tuned, I actually used to be a director for a national building company. I would love to take that model and be able to build it out into other areas to get people into affordable homes.
Yeah, that's a beautiful vision. So let me ask you this.
Hmm.
I know that every operator had a moment where their business maybe got more real, a deal could have gone sideways, or you had to make a fast pivot. Would you mind sharing one of those moments for you?
Yeah. Hmm. I think the moment that I realized things were really taking off was when I got my first contract to build almost a $2 million home in North Carolina. And, I'd done this for many, many years for other people, and started my company very modestly, built it from about $80,000 a year up to over $1 million a year within 3 years. But kind of somewhere in that middle ground, we had been doing smaller projects for, at most $10,000 to $50,000 a piece. And then I got another small home build that was about $250,000, and the next jump up from that was 1.7 million. So suddenly being in that position that every single thing stops with you, and you're now doing houses larger than what you may have, or what I may have done in the past. I think that was a moment where it was made very real for me. As far as pivoting from things, you know, I've had a couple of deals go south, but one of the biggest ones was a 3-unit triplex in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I had a developer just stop paying for what was being done out there. We had site work done, permits pulled, plans drawn, all that stuff, tens of thousands of dollars into the project, and they just quit paying their bills. So lots of people got defaulted on. And at some point, you just have to ask yourself, is this the area of the market that I want to be in, or do I want to do something different? And that's part of what instigated that shift, or preceded that shift rather, into doing a lot more affordable homes and smaller builds and things that we could control a little bit better, just making sure we're not over leveraged.
Amazing. Yeah. What do you feel like is your biggest?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Lesson from these experiences?
The biggest thing that I would tell my younger self, and I think I knew this to some extent, but I didn't fully implement it, and that I would tell anybody listening is to focus on the things that are actually making progress. And so I've had more people than I can count come to me and have a big sales pitch. We can do this, we can do that. The things that have continued to pay dividends over and over again are the relationships that we built early on and the ones that we had done some larger projects with, but a lot of smaller projects too. The people who can make decisions quickly, decisively, and act on them. If you continue to surround yourself by those people, or with those people rather, you will do very, very well. A lot of the people that overpromised and under or never delivered are long gone, and letting go of that was one of the best things that I've ever done. And then continuing to go circle back and focus on those people that are actually committed and willing to do what needs to be done to get the projects across the line.
Yeah, that's important. So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
What is that next real goal for you?
The next real goal is to grow the systems in place that we have for affordable housing to do probably about 6 at a time in each city that we're operating in currently. And that allows us to turn everything into a more systematized process from start to finish. And then once that exists and its next form, I can have someone hired on who just manages maybe that portfolio. Once we have those systems in place, that's easily duplicatable across multiple areas. And I think it'll put a lot of people who need and want and honestly deserve to live in a home that's built in a quality fashion at affordable price into those homes. So that's where we're trying to go next.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, a lot of people listening to the show are investors, whether they're early on in their journey or looking to level up. How do your services support these people?
Yeah, so when we talk to investors, we kind of have two main programs. We can do just a flat interest rate where you invest with the company, we have a conversation. We've had investors with as, modest of an investment as maybe $10,000, $20,000, and we'll give a flat rate of return on something like that. What we're really trying to grow is our partnership program where we partner together either directly through my company or we can even create separate entities for all the benefits that that might provide and keeping everything in its own silo where we partner together. You bring the down payments and financing for a build, and then we build together and split the proceeds on the back end. And those programs can start as affordably as $45,000 to $65,000, whereas um, our interest only programs have really no minimum. We try and be somewhere in the quadruple digits, but yeah, I think those are two really great programs. Then the benefit to our partnership program too is it's scalable to whatever level we'd like to be at. I have one going on right now where the resale price of the home is $259,000. I have another build going up where the resale is approximated to be $435,000. So we have all ranges of products that we can partner together on. The best part is we split it on the back end. It's an equal partnership. We're in it to grow together. I often tell people, please do not ask me to build you a house. I don't want to build you a house. I want to build 10. So if you want to partner together and do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 houses, great. I'd love to do it. Not saying we won't build a singular house, but at the end of the day, building those lasting relationships, building companies that people continue to grow into, I think that's what the future is going to look like.
Absolutely. Relationships are everything. So, yeah, when it comes to growing your network and building relationships, what has made the biggest difference for you?
Honestly, I think that word of mouth and just organic growth has been the biggest thing. If you do a good job, people want you to work for them. And it's not as aggressive and foolproof as spending thousands of dollars on advertisements. Not to say that you shouldn't advertise. I actually think that one of my weakest points is the amount that I do advertise, or rather don't. But anybody can sell you something. I'd rather do a good job and continue to get more work based off of that. So um, I think that just doing what you're good at really, really well has been the biggest reason that we've stayed in business and continued to grow in the way that we have.
Yeah, that is important. So, what do you feel is something that people often are like missing when it comes to custom renovations that your company is like hitting on? That's, yeah, maybe unique in this space.
The two biggest things are keeping the customer's end goal in mind. I've had a lot of designers or other professionals come in and really push their own vision. And sometimes, there's a time and a place for that. But I think oftentimes the customer can get left behind in those situations. And so I've always believed that we excelled in keeping that as a primary priority. And the second thing to that is just quality. And it sounds a little bit, you know, just maybe overstated, or too often people say, "Oh, well, we have quality," and they don't. But the reality of the situation is that I know we build a better product at the price point that we're at, in any situation. I walk into a lot of our competitor spaces, and things just aren't done correctly. And in my opinion, I don't care how much money you have to spend; it should be done correctly. If you can't afford a higher end material, that's fine. What you can afford will be installed the way that it is supposed to be and will be warranted. And that's something that I think is missing in a market where, because things are booming and doing so well, there's just a lot of guys willing to throw something together that doesn't look right, isn't going to hold up, and somebody's not going to be happy with. So making sure we keep that we're making that a priority has really set us apart in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. Yeah. Quality and results are everything. So, definitely. All right. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, collaborate, or just learn more about what you're doing, where is the best place for them to reach you?
Yeah, so we have our um, company Instagram. It is Paragon National Construction, and I can send you the links for all of that. That is where we update our current builds, and you can reach out to me directly. And yeah, that's what we try and kind of just keep everything focused on there, because you can see exactly what we're doing. You can see different builds. We're starting to upload a lot of the processes through, build start to finish, and people can really get an idea of what we're doing with our work.
Perfect. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, your story, and perspective. We need more people in this space who are doing things in this right way. So thank you again for being here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And for those of you that are tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you've subscribed. We have more conversations coming with operators just like Hunter who are out here building real businesses. And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.